Even I will say I'm kind of got an inch that Scorpio Sky might get something good coming on his way as well.
Yeah. He definitely stepped up recently for the tag team.
And of course, then you've got the Young Bucks and the crazy tag teams that they have, the Lucha guys. So there's still lots to go from them, I still think, and hopefully, I think it's been ran properly. From a business point of view, so we'll see how it goes in 2020. I'm sure that's going to be more easier to measure their success, I would say, in 2020 than it would be this year, because they are sort of coming out of the bat of sort of pay-per-views and
Please
shows.
get us that game out soon.
Yeah, give us the video game. We're waiting. We're crying for a video game, Tony Khan. Just get it done, Jericho. Get the computer guys, Kenny Omega, get on it. I say. Because we're crying out for one at this rate. I'm having to go way back to play retro games here at the moment. Speaking of retro games, that brings us into a nice part here to plug our hosts of today, where we do podcast most of the time down at Neon Nights. If you are basically living in Essex and you are a retro kind of fan of old arcade games, then look no further than coming down here, Leon C, Neon Nights Arcade and Cafe, because in here it's one fee only. You can play on what you want as many times as you want for that entire duration of the day. Also sells, some sweets. You've got sort of old school sweets, crisps, drinks, all that and more, so you haven't got to go elsewhere. And at certain times as well, they even got an alcohol license in there, so you're going to be able to come down after 6 p.m. and have a drink as well. You can also hire the venue out for where else would you want to do a Christmas party, for instance? You want to go in somewhere for a little while, couple of hours, show off to your workforce what you've got for them, then show them this. But yeah, you've got lots of stuff in here. You've got Outrun, very popular. I'm terrible at it. Donkey Kong's down here. Pac-Man.
You call yourself a wrestling fan if you haven't played WrestleFest.
Yeah, exactly. You got to play that. It's one of the toughest games on an arcade machine, that's for sure. No doubt. And also next door to it, Retro Hunter. Check that out as well. I mean, it is like Aladdin's cave in there. It's like eBay in person. It's tangible and it's all good quality. And I will say, and I'm not just plugging this because we were friends of them. This is a genuine comment. The prices of them are very, very good. You are not paying extortionate prices, and this is why he does so well. He's told me that in the past. You want to get down, check some of this stuff out. If you're a collector of old games or even old toys or old sort of stuff, this is a place you want to check out. And
you think about when you used to go to an arcade when you were a kid and the amount of money you'd pump into a machine.
Yeah,
you could lose 20s, the entry 50s, fee in like an hour or so.
Exactly. At least here, if you want to play Turtles or The Simpsons, you're guaranteed you're going to finish it. That's the thing. What other place can give you that guarantee? Because you can just run up the lives. You haven't got to worry. So, check that. And also, if you're a score buff and you want to get the top score, they also have that going on as well. So, come down, check it out. Okay, Matt, it's worth just talking about, of course, what we've been doing, our more local shows recently. Excuse me, but... so what we've got coming up, we've got DNA Wrestling on the 14th of December on Saturday, which we're really looking forward to. Jodie Fleisch is going to be in action. Our local Proteus champion, Paul Robinson, finally gets a match with Big Effing Joe. That you would have, if anybody that's gone on our YouTube or Facebook videos, Instagram, you would have seen that interview, how serious Paul Robinson is about that match he didn't get to have last month. Lena Austin's going to be there. Who else have we got? I think Spike's going to be there. Spike Travay's going to be there. Loads of names from the UK scene, and I really enjoyed myself last time I was there. I thought it was a very well ran show, and you know what? It wasn't long. I mean, how many times do we go to events sometimes and we're like, oh, as much as we like wrestling, sometimes you can only take so much. This was just the right time, the right pace, with a nice middle bit to it as well, where you can just chill for a bit. So I will say that there was no matches that went like, oh, come on. Do you know what I mean? And that's just me being honest right there, folks, because sometimes it is like that. So I really appreciate it. That's up in Ipswich. So if anybody is local that way and you want to see some exciting, fresh talent, DNA Wrestling, check it out. It's I think they've named it something along the lines of Who Stole. Who is it? The Grinch or something? Or Christmas? The bloody
How
name.
the Grinch Stole
That-
Britmas?
Yeah, that's it. I think Matt's plugged it there for me. Saved my skin on that one. So come along, check that out. And
Britress.
Britress, that's right. Yes,
Yeah.
well done. And that will probably, I know we always say this, but that will probably round us up for the year in terms of us going out to events. But I tell you what, next year, by God, are we busy. You can check it out on our website at WrestleLIne.co.uk where we're going to be. But first and foremost, in January, we have got I suppose it's kind of an honour, really, 50 years of All-Star Wrestling. Went there last year. Or the back end of this year, and it was fantastic. They're back at Basildon Towngate Theatre. Not sure who's booked, but 50 years, it's going to be a big deal. Can't believe there's a promotion still been going that long. And Brian Dixon, that guy, talk about the Vince McMahon of the UK. I think that's got to be him at this point. I'm hoping to get a sit-down interview with Brian Dixon as well, just to talk about some of the... I'm sure he's got a lot of incredible stories from 50 years worth, good and bad. But I'm looking forward to sitting with him. He's someone who's... I said this last time, like when I went through the doors, he was like one of the guys just sitting there putting leaflets all on chairs and stuff like that. If you've been here for 50 years, it just goes to show you how much love this guy still has for wrestling when you do those little things. He was making sure the chairs were right, and just the little things you see like that really goes a long way. And you can tell just the way he talks about the product, how much there's a genuine love there for it. So we're going to be there. We're also going to attend our first Triumph show, which is headed up by Taylor Essex, as well, down there with Jack Torino. Looking forward to seeing that, I think, Matt, because we had them on our show. We've seen them work for DKW and WrestleForce, among other places, but it'll be good to see what they come up with themselves. I think we're always up for that, and again, we'll be doing media at these shows. And then we've got, of course, we're going to be hitting around the WrestleMania stage. Now, I've been thinking, what can we do for WrestleMania that's a little bit different this year? What can we throw out there that will be exciting? Well, we're going to do 12 hours of WrestleMania. I don't know if we're going to come to regret this or not. I'm sure we probably will. But we might even start from Neon Nights. We might even come down here on the Sunday and then head back and for WrestleMania for how many hours that is. We'll probably go over 12 hours knowing our luck.
Yeah. Be the longest one yet. You'll be able to see us the entire time. Now, I know this goes down well with a lot of our Indian-based fans because they can't always get it there and then. So you guys are going to be able to just plug into us as almost like a watch-along. You'll see all our reactions, good and bad, whether we'll be crying, shouting, happiness, I don't know, and then also a quick reaction to it all straight after, before the main podcast. So 12 hours of WrestleMania is what we're going to call it. Should be good. And then so far all we do know as well is we're going to a convention for the love of wrestling, it's called, in Liverpool. So it's going to be a bit of a weekend away for us, isn't it, Matt, really? Yeah. We do a couple of these. I think we've done 2 years ago, but it was only London, so it was a bit of a cop-out, really. This year we've done the Ali Pali, didn't we, which we enjoyed. We're going to do that again as well, by the way. Super Strong Style 16, got that to come. When is that? May, I think? I think that's after. Cool, we're really going ahead of ourselves here. But Matt's not too sure if he's going to be around just yet, I believe. I think we're still waiting on that one. But wrestling convention, Matt, should be good, shouldn't it? Yeah, it should be good. Yeah, of course it will.
So 2 days of that in Liverpool, and we're going to be there from, I think it starts like 10 o'clock to around 5 each day, and we're going to have our own booth. We're really hoping we're going to have loads of stuff to sell, a bit of merch as well. We've been waiting to do that on the show, and we think we're finally ready. So if you want to come along, say hello. We're going to have an interactive show. We're going to have some interviews with us on the day as well, that you're going to be able to sort of ask questions. If you're there, you're going to be able to pick up a mic and ask some questions that you don't normally get the chance to. So that should be good. And we're also going to get our first taste, Matt, 3 nights worth of it, TNT Extreme Wrestling. And I've seen a lot of videos on Turnbuckle TV, but I mean,
it's got a lot of good reviews, but I'm quite excited to go and watch this product because it's rare that we're probably going to see them too often, being that far up north. But you said earlier, Matt, you hadn't really heard too much about them, but obviously the stars they get are, talking to stars, David Starr is one of the people.
Oh, nice.
Robbo's been there as well. Probably been back there again. And I wonder if Gibson will be there and all in his own native Liverpool.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, so but yeah, they do use Progress guys and all the rest of it, and NXT UK guys. So that will be fascinating to see what happens with that. And yeah, so it's going to be a busy 2020, Matt, I think is the words what are coming out.
Sounds like it.
No doubt about that.
There'll be more stuff announced along the way.
Yeah, there will be. I mean,
busier.
That's not including DKW and WrestleForce. Who do some brilliant stuff as well. And then, you never know. I mean, so many promotions are cropping up all over the place.
I tell you, Ring of Honor give you short notice, so who knows when that's going to
crop up. Exactly. We might be back there again, which I'd be all for. I really enjoyed my time yet again at that show. No doubt about it. So yeah, loads of good stuff coming up on our way. Don't forget, guys, if you want to get in touch with the show, you've got suggestions and anything like that, get in touch with us. Email at wrestleline.co.uk. Also, what's coming up on the podcast? Well, we're going to have Magnificent 7, and we're going to be doing it on commentators. That's right, colour commentators, play-by-play, any generation, any promotion, top 7. I've got mine done. I don't know about Matt. How have you found that? I have no idea, but we're ready to sit down soon, and we're going to go through that. And should be a great episode just before the holidays in December. We're going to put that out, which should be good. It's been one of my hardest ones, I'd say. Even just getting the top 7 has been difficult, let alone separating the best from 7. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that done as well. Okay, Matt, just to sort of end, got to talk about some pressing news that's been going on. Now, we don't know the full ins and outs, but I know if we don't talk about it, someone will go, you didn't speak about it on purpose. Mauro Ranallo, Matt, some stuff going on here, obviously, between him and Corey Graves. Corey Graves, I believe he came out of a tweet, and he didn't use Mauro's name, but he kind of said, you've got a Hall of Famer, and you've got, what was it, a former ROH champion or something like that, and wouldn't it be something along the lines of, wouldn't it be good if they could speak or something like that? Now they did reference this. I don't know if you heard it, Matt, on the Sunday Survivor Series show. Did you hear that? Yeah. So it's got bad voice or something. Yeah. I thought, I wonder how true that could be, considering he's taken off his Twitter account, and then Frank Shamrock, who is Mauro Ranallo's agent, from what I gather. Frank Shamrock, of all people, what a small world, eh? He's got involved. He wants to knock Corey Graves out. What do you make of the situation, Matt? Because obviously we know Mauro's been very open and honest about depression and how he suffers with it. But again, we shouldn't take away that we probably do live in a world where it's very it's politically correctness all the time. I mean, you've got to be so careful what you say. Do you say this about somebody? Can you say it about somebody? What do you take away from it, Matt? Is there anybody that's in the right or the wrong completely, or is this just a complete total misunderstanding of sorts of what Corey was getting at here?
I guess it's a misunderstanding. I mean, Corey naturally has thick skin. He's been a wrestler, and he's used to talking, and definitely speaks his mind. But you can't really take things too seriously, I guess, in wrestling. Everyone's going to have an opinion on you somewhere along the lines, aren't they? And whether it's good or bad, there's going to be people that like what you do and they don't like what you do. You could be the most popular over guy, and there'll still be people with negative opinions of you. I feel like Mauro has a job because he's chosen for his passionate style and the way that he does it. I don't really find him that overpowering a lot of the time. I feel like his commentary work is good, and he often says, "What do you think about that, Nigel?" And, he brings them into the conversation. Whereas Corey, on the counter side of that, he just seems to sort of put his opinions across and shoot people down and stuff. So that's his way of doing it. And some people might like that, and some people might not like the way that he does it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like
you know, even if you have that opinion, maybe what is the gain of putting that out? You know what I mean? Like, what is the end game there? To get in a Twitter war with him, or you know what I mean? You know he's not going to be like that. And I think, look, although a lot of people have said no, well,